Who let the dogs out? 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 Who let the dogs out?
Hey everyone, it's Pup Twigs here, Orlando, Florida, on another episode of Unleashed. And joining me today from Victoria, British Columbia is Pup Sen. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Awesome. I'm doing very well as well. So, always like to find out a little bit of history about your name and your hood. So, first thing, let's find out where did Pup Sen come from, the name?
So my name started as a like persona name actually.
Okay.
I have a Sona. He's a tiger that I created. Oh, it's got to be 8 years ago now, I guess. And then when I made that name, the basis for it, Sen, was actually from Dark Souls video game. And it was
Okay.
based on Sen's Fortress, which is like this level in it that's like the fourth or fifth main level, and it's like super hard and it's full of traps and very dungeony and like chains and cages and swinging axes and stuff. So
Uh-huh.
it was like it kind of fit. I found out like, when I started getting gear and all that, I was like, this aesthetically matches. So I just stuck with that name.
Oh, and it works. And I'm guessing that's also behind the colors of your pup hood, tiger.
Well, the color was more of a weird thing because I started out with a white and black one.
Okay.
My initial hood was white, black, and gray. And then I had a dream where I was like hanging out with a couple my friends that were in the community, and I could see them. Their hoods were as normal. My friend Pigeon was there. He had like a yellow and black hood. He looked totally normal throughout the whole dream. And then I looked in a mirror in like supposedly like my high school bathroom. Looked nothing like it anyway, but went into the bathroom, looked in a mirror, and I was wearing like a bright orange hood. And it didn't look like this one, granted, but it was orange all over. And I was like, whoa, that's not normal. And I kind of sat on that for like 2 or 3 months. Didn't really know what to do with it. And then I decided I wanted to try out designing a few orange ones. So I
Hmm.
like went on the Tailspace puppet designer, and I like
Yep.
made,
Yep.
I want to say 10 or 12 different orange ones, and ended up landing on this. So yeah,
Uh, I like it.
thank
I
you.
like that orange in it. For some reason, it just makes it really stand out.
It's very, yeah, it pops. I like the white with it too, like the white brow. Just kind of, I don't know, it centers it for me.
Now,
So
under the UV light, do the orange and the white glow?
they do, yeah. The white goes a little purpley, and then the orange just glows like really yellow.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
how long have you mentioned 8 years. How long have you actually been a pup?
I've been, oh God. I guess I joined in the summer, like early in the summer of 2023. I joined the community, but granted, I was like, I knew the community a bit before then, and
Hmm.
uh, like by proxy is being a furry, you just know pups
Oh,
already. So it was
sure.
kind
Yeah,
of
you
like,
do.
it was kind of already on the, I was already on the edge of joining, like for quite a while, but um, I started actively like going to events and stuff that summer.
Okay. Well, in the time that you have been, a pup, an active pup in the community, what have you found has been the easiest part of being a pup?
I'd say the easiest is actually by far making friends, meeting people,
Yeah.
getting to know other members of the community and figure out who I drive with, and like um and what sort of like events I'm going to enjoy myself at. But overall, like making friends has been really easy in the community comparatively to, I'd say, other like groups that I've spent any amount of time with, especially in like, sporting communities or like
Hmm.
fandoms, or generally any sort of like other queer community groups I've been in either way. It's just like I find that pups are really friendly.
Yeah, puppies are easy to approach, so you can go out
Yeah,
and just talk to a lot of them. So,
totally. And I think part of that could also be a confidence thing because when I go out to an event and I'm face
yeah,
out, no collar, no gear, I'm at a very different headspace than I am when I'm like fully dressed up and I get
yeah,
to,
I
kind
agree.
of wear my ideal appearance and people don't necessarily get to see my face. I have like really bad resting bitch face. If I'm not wearing my hood, I look like really mean. And granted, people tell me I have mean eyes in my hood. I get like, accusations of glaring, and then I'm like, no, I'm sorry, I just have that problem.
Yeah,
So
well, at least you get to go out and make some good friends with with your pup hood. So, but good.
yeah, totally.
Well, what have you found has been one of the more difficult parts of being in the community?
I would probably peg the biggest challenge for me being, juxtaposed to the easy part of making friends. I'd say, uh, probably a bit of conflict. Just, there's inevitable conflict between uh community members and stuff.
Yeah.
And I find that my like, circle of close friends overlaps pretty heavily with most of my like close members in the community. So in general, like going to events and stuff, and the occasion where like one of my friends wants to go to an event, but someone that they don't want to interact with is going to be there, that sort of thing. And a lot of those things tend to resolve over time anyway. So,
Hmm.
vast majority of community conflicts, at least in my local group, have actually been not super like heavy drama, all things considered. But right now, it's like probably the height of a bit of drama between a few folks I know compared to the last like, year or
Yeah.
so.
Okay. Well, if there's new people wanting to get into, the pup community, what advice would you give somebody that's brand new?
I'd say the best advice I could give is to not be shy, or at least to the best of your ability. Just if you know of an event, if you can see where something is going to be, what time you have to be there, if you're able to make it, go to an event.
Hmm.
If you can, talk to a community admin, honestly, can point you in the kind of direction of who you might be comfortable talking to. Like, I take on the kind of a role in my local community of like a greeter. So when like new members join like the Victoria Pups group chat and or anything like that, or if they um, request membership or anything, I'm like kind of the person that age verifies and will initially chat with them, and
Okay.
so I find it very helpful as like I found it very helpful when I joined to have someone to talk to and kind of like tell me, hey, you might get along with this person, or you might like this event or whatever based on a short conversation. So I like to provide a bit of that too, talk to them, find out what they kind of like, and then I can kind of guide someone toward um going to something that might suit them a lot. But yeah, in general, my advice would just be to put yourself out there because
Yeah.
pups appreciate it and tend to respect it, and it makes it easier to meet people. It's a community of people that are, pretty colorful as far as like personalities and barriers go.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, this is kind of a question that's just out in left field, but
Mhm.
if money were no object and you could travel anywhere in the world that you wanted to go, what would be at the top of your bucket list?
Oh, that's challenging. Um, if money weren't a problem, um, I mean, just due to the sheer expense, one of the top ones would obviously be like a trip to Japan, and in general, like, rural Japan and like Osaka, Tokyo as well. But I'd want to see a lot of the country because it's so gorgeous. But
Yes.
number two, and possibly the my actual answer would be like a trip to Berlin, and maybe then like, due to the you know how nearby Germany and Berlin are to a bunch of other places. It would just be like almost a more general Europe trip. But I
Oh
would
yeah,
love
yeah,
to go to Berlin because
yeah.
it's got such a vibrant pup scene, and I would love to meet a bunch of people that I've talked to.
Yeah, Berlin would be a probably a fun place to go, and
That'll be
but I'm
wonderful.
looking. I'm still trying to find a pup in Japan that would come on here and do the podcast.
Yeah,
Chinese.
there's not a lot of pubs in Japan. It's a very like small scene compared to, a lot
Yeah,
of other countries.
yeah. Every one that I've reached out to, none of them speak English, so it wouldn't be. I couldn't get.
Right.
So I got to
Yeah,
find one that speaks English.
I suppose so. That's a challenge to pursue. I guess if I find any, I'll let you know.
Oh,
If
please,
I
yeah,
if I chat with anyone, I'll maybe send them your way.
yeah. If they want to be on it, either you reach out to me or have them reach out to me. Either way.
Totally.
So what does the pup community look like there in Victoria?
Oh, it's awesome. The community in Vic is probably I'm really lucky, I'd say, for it. It's very diverse. I find that, when I go to Vancouver, the main like demographic of the community is a lot of just like middle-aged, like gay men.
Mhm.
I find that the scene in Vic is more gender diverse, more like overall age range is pretty massive too. There's like a
Cool.
lot of younger pups in their 20s and stuff, and then there's quite a few older pups as well, like my friend Bob and my friend um, um, Spot, a few others. There's a few friends on the older side. So the diversity here is wonderful, and per capita, I mean, it's a small city. There's a lot of pups here for how small of a city it is. It's a very vibrant pup community. It's a very
Good.
queer city, so
Yeah.
makes sense.
Oh, that's awesome to hear. So,
Mhm.
if other pups that see you on here want to reach out to you, how's the best way for them to get in touch?
Best would probably be on either Telegram or on Instagram. My Instagram is pupboy_sen, or PUPBOYSEN, with underscore before sen. And then on Telegram, I'm pup_sen. I think I'm the same on Blue Sky, and I am on X, formerly Twitter, but that one I'm not exactly using very much.
Okay.
So if I'm messaged on there, I may respond, but it's just not my favorite app.
Okay. That works. Whatever you're
Yeah,
comfortable in, that's fine with me. So,
yeah,
well,
totally.
any last words you have before we get off of here?
Yeah, thank you for having me on. If you're in the Victoria or generally on like Vancouver Island and you're listening, feel free to reach out. Our community can be accessed by a link tree. So Victoria Pup Community at basically so linkter.ee/Victoria Pups is
Okay.
the link to reach us. We have a Discord, we have a Telegram. Um, we are a super vibrant community, very welcoming, very friendly. And if you ever see me out, I'm, bright orange, typically walk around in platform boots. Might spot me if you go to a club here. So reach out. But
Oh,
yes, thank you so much for having me on.
well, I love having you on, and hopefully we'll be talking again soon.
Awesome. Yeah, totally. I'd be down for another episode and more chats off of the pod to come. Thank you so
Awesome,
much.
awesome. Well, listen, you take care, and we'll talk to you again soon. All right.
You too. Thank you. Arr, 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 arr.